Hey everyone. So it's been a couple weeks, or like a week or so, since I had that Q&A question asking video to ask me questions on posted on my channel. So I figured, it's been enough time, so let's post the answers video where I answer your questions. I got a good amount of questions, people on, from the different sites I posted it on, Twitter, Reddit, not Reddit, Twitter, DeviantArt, and, originally on YouTube. So without further ado, let's start answering some questions. Okay, I think I'll start with the ones that were on DeviantArt. Okay, first is from my, I guess I'll call it, internet friends, because I never met them in real life, Tori Green, which he asks, what are your opinions on the shows that are getting canceled? Goes on to list different cartoons that are getting canceled. First is Gumball. I'm actually not sure if it's true that Gumball is ending. I think what it might have just been is that the creator is leaving. I've heard some conflicting information. I have to read into it. But I like Gumball a lot. I think by then it will have had like 5 or 6 seasons, which is a pretty decent run. I mean, it could go on longer, but I think it's a good enough run for a show of its quality, I would say. I mean, I don't think it's not like one of my all-time favorite cartoons or anything like that. I like it quite a bit. I think it can be very funny, clever, good animation, good concepts, good characters, stuff like that. But I don't know. I would be okay with it ending after 6 seasons if that's the case. Adventure Time, I don't watch Adventure Time regularly. I've watched some of episodes from earlier seasons and a few others kind of throughout, like the Simon and Marcy episodes that everyone really likes. It's an enjoyable show from what I've seen, but it's had a long run. Some people say it's at its best now. Some people say it's gotten worse. I don't know which is the case because I haven't seen it. But at the end of the day, it's had a long run. It's been on for what is it, 8, 9, 10 seasons or something. So I think that's enough for any show. So to cancel it, I say that's fine. Move on to new shows, Cartoon Network. The same could be said about a regular show, which I do watch regularly. It's also had a pretty long run. It's still got another season or so in there before it officially ends, although it has been, canceled. Regular show is another one he asked about. And I think it's honestly gotten a little bit stale at this point, regular show. It's a little bit it's fine, but I'm just not enjoying it quite as much as I used to. So maybe that's just, I don't know if that's because the show's gone down in quality or if I've just gotten tired of it, but I still like it, don't get me wrong, but something about it just, when I watch a lot of the more recent episodes, I'm just not enjoying them as much as I used to. I don't know. So, but whether you think it's still good or not, at the end of the day, it's had a good run. I'm okay with it, move on to other shows. You also asked about Steven Universe, which I've just been getting into a lot recently. Apparently it's now already in its 4th season. It's wow, that went by fast. It just started its 4th season, but I'm still working on the 2nd season. I'm still early in the 2nd season, so either way I'll have a decent amount to watch. But has this actually been confirmed about it getting canceled? I know there was actually, you asked this question a couple weeks ago, and I actually just saw there was some article floating around recently, but that's saying it might be canceled. So I don't think that's been confirmed yet, but if it were to be canceled, I would say that would probably be one that I would be more upset about, because I'm just kind of now getting into it, and it hasn't had as long a run as some of the other ones I just talked about. So that's that one I would be a little more upset about. Harvey Beaks is one of my favorite cartoons of, at least of the decade, if not of all time. And only one of my favorite kids' cartoons. It's a really good show, but I think it's actually not getting canceled. It's that the creator decided to end it. 2 seasons, that's a short run. Although, maybe that show is getting a little bit stale too. Maybe the creators just run out of good ideas and stuff, so he's just okay, I'll end it. Although it also him deciding to end it might have had to do with the recent whole, stuff that people are talking about, how he's been, reporting how that Nickelodeon just didn't treat him well, with the scheduling and everything. Kind of hurt the show, which I definitely feel bad for him about that. I'd like to see it go on more. If it's just because Nickelodeon's not treating him well that he wants to end it, I would take it to another network, or maybe give Nickelodeon another chance to try to treat it well, because I don't know. They're treating the Loud House well now, so maybe they're getting better at treating their, good shows well. I don't know. It's hard to say. I guess I can't. I'm upset about it in the sense that it's like I want to see the show I really like go on, but maybe it's for the best if the show is getting a little stale and if the network's not going to treat it well. I don't know. The other one you asked about is Archer, which is a show that I've tried to watch and just for whatever reason just can't get into. Something about it it can be funny, but something about it just isn't my cup of tea. I don't know if it's like the animation or just something. I don't know. I just for whatever reason I just can't get into it. I watch it and I can see some quality, but I just can't get into it for whatever reason. I don't know what it is, but I just have trouble with getting into it. And but it it's also a show that's had a good run too, so I think that's okay if it ends. As long as it can have a good solid run, like at least 7 seasons, and I don't have a problem with really any show being canceled, even if it's still just as good as it was before. That's my main concern. Like, can it have a good run? Of like something like, I don't know, 6-7 seasons at least. You didn't mention Uncle Grandpa, but that is another one which. I mean, then it'll have like 4 seasons. It's a good show, in my opinion, but it's nothing amazing. So, I don't know, whatever. I guess I might like to see it go on a little longer, because actually I've seen a lot of people who didn't like it originally saying that they're starting to like it more now, and I kind of have liked it from the beginning, so that doesn't really matter for me. But maybe it's good if it stays on longer, if that can mean that if it gets another chance. I don't think that one has officially been confirmed that it's been canceled, though, either, but some evidence suggests that it is. But, it had a decent run, so I guess I could be okay with it, but I like the show. I think those are the main ones that are ending now. Okay, next question. This one comes from Anti-Sapien on DeviantArt, also on DeviantArt. He asked several questions. Okay, first question. If a cartoon character were to be real, who would you marry? Let's see. One cartoon character who I find pretty attractive is Princess Bubblegum from Adventure Time. That would be, of course, before the change in her character at the end of season 2, which I guess I won't say because I don't want to spoil it. I don't even know if that was permanent because I've only watched I haven't watched enough to say for sure if that was a permanent change. If you see it, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I found her very attractive. So she comes to mind. I don't know if that's weird. I mean, she's a human, so I don't think it's that weird. But yeah, I don't know. I find her pretty attractive. She is over 18, right? I'm pretty sure. Okay, so that's one. Next question. Thoughts on my OCs, the original characters, I assume that means which one is your favorite. I'm not familiar with them. I'd have to look into that, but I don't know. I didn't prepare for that. I'm not sure. I'm not familiar with your OCs, sorry. Maybe I'll talk about that in the future when I get a chance to look at them. Okay, next question is, do you believe in God? No, I don't. Sorry. Do you believe in Bigfoot or any well-known cryptids? No. I actually had to Google cryptids, but it's other those kind of, creatures like Bigfoot where, it's like, these kind of things that we don't really have any proof that they exist. No, I don't, like unicorns or leprechauns or whatever. The only thing like that I really say I believe in is aliens because, well, like, if there were like unicorns or, like leprechauns or Bigfoot here on Earth, we probably have some good proof of it by now. But with aliens, it's like, the universe is so big and we've seen so little of it. There's gotta be some life out there. I'm not saying it's like little green men, but like, some kind of life out there, something similar to our humans or animals or whatever. I don't see that as, impossible at all. Okay, next question. Metal or hip-hop? Can't say I'm really too big on either. I enjoy some metal, not the really heavy metal, but some of the more lighter metal I can, enjoy. So maybe that. Marvel or DC is the next question. Let's see. Well, I don't read comic books, so just based on the movies and stuff, maybe Marvel. I like Spider-Man as a superhero. I like Batman. Don't really care about Superman that much. Although I did enjoy him in Man of Steel. And in Batman v Superman, which I just thought was an okay movie. With some good stuff. And I like Batman in that movie too. I'm not really a huge superhero guy, even just based on the movies and whatever. I do like most of the stuff that Marvel comes out with. I said they're probably making better movies at this point. You know, Avengers and the Captain America movies and Guardians of the Galaxy, the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies. So I guess Marvel. Star Wars or Lord of the Rings is the next question. I would definitely go with Star Wars. Interesting about both of these franchises that I only watched both of them kind of... I didn't watch really anything from either of them until I was a senior in high school, watching them in high school film classes. Lord of the Rings is just... There's some things I like about it, but I can't... It's just kind of... I find it a little overrated, I guess. I don't know, I just can't totally get into it. Some of the stories and characters just bore me. I like the stuff with Frollo and Sam and Andy Serkis's character, Gollum. You know, he's a great character. Everything else kind of just bores me. I don't really like personally, I don't really like kind of some of the special effects and the designs of the world. It doesn't really, I don't enjoy looking at it for whatever reason. I'm not saying it's not well done. I just don't enjoy looking at some of it. But I like the Star Wars original trilogy. I haven't seen all the prequels, but I like the original trilogy a lot. I'm not in love with it, but I like it quite a bit. And I really liked, what do you call it? The new one. I forget what it's called. The one that was from last year. The name is escaping me right now. So yeah, definitely Star Wars. I'm not even a huge Star Wars fanboy, but I definitely like the Star Wars movies. What genre of music do you believe does not get the recognition it deserves? I was thinking about this, and I would say maybe like pop music isn't always as bad as some people make it out to be. You know, at least some of it can be nice to listen to, and you know, not that bad really. I get why a lot of people don't like a lot of pop music, but you know, I guess maybe that if I had to say. Do you believe that dinosaurs still live, other than modern birds and reptiles? This is the same person, by the way. No. Favorite bands you want to see in cartoons? My favorite band is the Beatles. Might want to see them in a cartoon. I guess also, well, my favorite, I suppose, current band, or one of my favorites is Coldplay. That could be interesting to see them in a cartoon. I don't know which one. Like Harvey Beaks or something. I don't know. Phineas and Ferb, but that's not on anymore. Who will make you faint if you meet them? Philip Seymour Hoffman. One, because he was my favorite actor, and two, because he died. So I would faint for both of those reasons. Last question he asks is, if you had a chance to voice act, which cartoon would it be? I was thinking a little about this one. I think maybe I'd go with Harvey Beaks, because it's still on, unlike some other cartoons I really like Gravity Falls and Phineas and Ferb. Definitely my favorite kids cartoon. I would enjoy playing one of the kid characters. I think I would enjoy playing a kid character. Okay, that's the DeviantArt ones. Next, I'll go with the Twitter ones. My battery is dying. Hope it doesn't die while I'm filming this. You got my friend Ryan, who... At one point, I saw him ask the question somewhere, which was, what is my favorite sitcom? Although I couldn't find it, I don't know if he deleted it or something, but the answer is Seinfeld. I love Seinfeld, you know, I love the stories, the characters, the dialogue. It's just one of those shows I can kind of watch anytime and never get sick of. It's very funny. But the question that is still available here on Twitter is it's actually it's a play on the whole... I'll just read the question, then I'll explain it. How am I supposed to pick the president without knowing their favorite Nickelodeon movie? Which is a reference to something on the Kids Pick the President website, you know, part of Nickelodeon, which I tweeted about a little while ago. Well, you know, here's the answer to that, Ryan. You know, all you gotta do is basically look at the Nickelodeon movies and look at the presidents, and this was before, you know, Trump won, by the way. But let's assume that, the election's still going on. But all you got to really do, Ryan, is that you just got to look at the presidents and their personalities and look at the movies and make a fair assumption of what their favorite movie would be, and then there you go. Like, for instance, Donald Trump, his would maybe be something like The Last Airbender, because he sucks. I actually haven't seen that movie, but I heard it sucks. I'll watch it eventually. Or you could, with someone like Hillary, for instance. Maybe her favorite movie is Rango, because, like that movie, she's kind of boring. Yeah, sorry, I find that movie overrated. It's very cliched and not that good. But there's the answer to that question. Hope my battery doesn't die. Okay. Next is from the YouTube comments. We got one from a friend of mine. Yeah, I won't say who it is. Like he's on DeviantArt because I don't know if he wants people to know like what his YouTube channel is or whatever. Or I don't know. It's a friend of mine on the internet. Let's just say that. He asked the question: is an review from a whole show possible? Is there a review from a whole show possible? I actually have done reviews of entire series. I did two. One was Girl Meets World. I'll put the links to them below. And the other was, I did a month or so ago, Bumped. Just based on the series so far. Neither of them were over at the time, and they're still not over. I could do more, though. I was thinking of possibly doing one on Best Friends Whenever, which is one of the better live-action kids shows on now. It's a pretty decent show, I think. I haven't watched it in a little while, though. Got to get back into that. But yeah, that one is one I thought about reviewing. If you want to request me to do any more, feel free to do so. And the last question I got here, I think this is the last one, is a question that I don't understand. I'll just read it anyway. It's from FlagDog3, a guy I know on the internet. He asks, I have discovered a trick that if you have a video monetized by a third party, enabling age restriction gets rid of the monetization, but is immediately restored if you disable said restriction. Would you use this trick and provide embeds of these videos on DA and Facebook for those who are under 18? Yeah, I was reading over this a few times. I do not understand the question. I kind of understand it. I don't really get what the benefit of this. Like, you enable monetization by a third party, but then you put an age restriction on to get rid of the monetization. I don't even really monetize my stuff, so I don't know. I don't really understand what you're trying to say here. Sorry. I mean, you want to clear it up in the comments here, and, I can answer it in the future or something, but I didn't really follow. I just thought I would mention that even though I don't understand it. Yeah, so that's all I got, and the battery's probably about to die, so, good time to end this, and thanks for the questions, everyone, and thank you for watching, and I'll try to do more reviews in the future. Bye.